Would I be wrong in assuming that?
Everything's going to plan. Let's just say that.
This is not anime, but yes. As Leiden taking a lot of damage again. All it takes is like a single point dive path. It's going to be an X mark being thrown out onto Riz, but again, he just doesn't care. He's so tanky.
Undying's been really sharp this game. He's been in the right place at the right time. Almost every gank attempt by Trident. I mean, I know a lot of time they're just fighting into the Undying, but it's good that he's been in the right position.
Yeah,
he's doing well.
Really to show that positioning is so damn crucial here, and actually, Boo will be picking up that point into Flesh Golem as that tier 2 tower, again, just taking so much damage. Already down 1/5 of his HP, so... Meanwhile, bottom lane, cut and paste, level 8. Going in for that max static link build, of course, up against Woody Moore, and of course you can't crack and shell off the static link damage deal, so that's always nice. But at least Woody Moore top lane, yeah, once again, Riz is in a lot of trouble right now, as that is going to be him being brought down. So, lose yourself as well as KQT. They're also in a lot of trouble, as well as Light. They're also damn low, as Boo does have another decay up, and we'll be throwing it out in just a moment out onto Kwani. Kwani did throw the torrent out as well, but will miss. But Boo just making them just get punished so much for that aggression out onto Riz. They do get the kill out onto Riz, but again, they all are forced back into base, and I think Magistu is going to take full advantage of that. Should be doing a lot of damage right now. Is actually Bloodlust being applied to Magistu. Looks like he's just going to come top lane and take out this nice little stack that has been made there, and Cut and Paste also dealing a lot of damage to this tier 1 on the bottom lane. And drums first for him. Do you like this build? The drums first with phase boots on Razor?
It's not bad. I mean, it gives a lot of movements on Razor. And stats as well. Yeah, it's not a bad build. It's very rich as well, so you can invest in the drums early. Looks like they're gonna go on the THD again at top. The Kunker's gone around, but I'm pretty sure the ward spotted him. Dia actually has good vision at top lane. They have 2 wards.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, they've got what, this ward,
actually
these wards. They've got like all of their wards are on the top side of the map.
Yeah, the anti-mage is well protected.
Yeah, like the anti-mage is technically like fully protected by these wards, but it's also really hard to lane because again, Riz is just still on this top lane, and he's also going in for an Atos, and like they did kill him off that one time, but I think actually if like the Undying just sits on top lane, it's so damn hard again to just kill Riz.
Well, they can't kill unless they commit to Tinker like they did before, but if they do that one more time, then likely that the mid tower will fall. It's actually interesting how they've placed those 2 wards in mid. They both have approximately the same expiry time, and they're pretty much covering the same area. So maybe a bit of a miscommunication there, possibly.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it could also be just that, like, you know, you think that one of them is just going to get counted out or anything like that.
Yeah, potentially.
I mean, those are both very common warding spots, so it could be like, oh, you know, there's going to be CMC just going to drop one D ward or anything like that onto one of these 2 spots. I mean, they did also have a ward covering these 2 locations, and duration. So these 2 wards were dropped before that ward, so they should know that there's maybe a ward here.
If you also look at the towers, Dia has done 0 damage to any Radiant's towers.
Literally 0. That's actually so painful.
Yeah, and then Dia's towers, I mean, they've already dropped 1.
They've dropped 1,
and the other 2. The other 2
mid is half health. Mid is half health. Bottom is very close to dying. But yeah, I mean, Riz could just rotate off to like bottom lane or anything like that, and just go for like a tier 2 push essentially.
He could, or he could just keep the pressure up on top. Maybe get the Undying to swing top as well, and then eventually the TA and the Razor will bring down their respective towers. That might be the way to go. They just have to watch out for the rotation of the Tinker, that's all. I mean, apart from that, they won't be able to bring down this THD Undying combo.
Yeah, and it's actually quite surprising. Again, we've got to remember that it was an Ogre Jakiro opening in terms of the draft, so you know, though it's not like it was a hidden pick or anything like that.
Yeah, I think Trident knew what they were getting into, just execution. They did the right thing by dodging the tri-lane, just the execution was a bit off.
So, lose yourself, he's 1300 from his BOTs. So he's looking towards that about 15-minute BOTs, I want to say.
Yeah, pretty much double the time that took him for last game.
But 4.8k net worth on the Razor, very similar net worth also on the TA, and just quickly, I guess the biggest winner from all of this on the side of Trident, Woody Mo, sitting at 3.6k net worth. He's farming pretty well, I want to say. 63 CS is all right for a Tide Hunter at 10 minutes.
Yeah, he's doing quite well, but his team is not. So that means this game it's really a lot more on him. He has to make the plays. He needs to find the Ravages. Whereas last game, he had, you know, the big Tinker, and the TV wasn't doing too badly. This game, they really need him to step up. He has to find good Ravages, make the plays. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to make it to that middle late game, the anti-mage sweet spot.
Yeah, and I really don't want to look at the net worth graph, but yeah, I mean 5k net worth already up. It's about to hit that 6k mark as well. That's definitely not a good sign if you're a Trident Esports fan. But at the same time, you know, this is just game number 2, and Trident are 1 game up, so it's not like it's hugely punishing for them if they do go on and lose this game. But obviously, you know, it's not what you're going to be planning to do.
Still early days, a couple of good Ravages and things can turn on its head, but yeah, definitely looking like Crystal Maiden cosplayers are gonna come out with this one. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean they're certainly in the driver's seat, but yeah, also want to point out 4k experience lead already going the way of CMC, and that shows just how good their rotations are across the map and how defensively also Trident are playing. I mean KQT as well as Corny have basically been joined at the hip. Every single time that they've shown up to a lane, the other one is already there, so... Yeah, I mean, it's fair enough. Their support combination is very strong. As, I mean, we were seeing Riz being brought down before, but... they're not heroes that can like, solo make plays, you know?
Definitely not. They've tried their best to give the anti-mage some space, but as I pointed out before, just over-aggression in the lane. No need for it, really. Trying to get more out of it than they should be allowed to. They got punished accordingly.
So CMC, the timing's gonna be looking towards Roshan as soon as they get the Desolator up for Magistu, and he's actually pretty close to it. He already has 1 Mithril Hammer. He's working on his 2nd one. Is that the main timing that they were really waiting for at this point in time before they really hit their timing and just go high ground, basically?
I mean, Roshan, as soon as Deso is pretty much a given, but then in terms of high ground, they don't have to do it, they don't have to rush into thing. They can just clear out the rest of the map, you know, keep stacking Ancients, keep stacking Neutrals, work their way towards their key items, and then you know, around 20 to 30 minute mark, that's when they should be really looking to get some high ground towers down and get some racks. There's no rush at the moment, just control the map. Extend this lead.
Yeah, that's right. Here we go. So apparently he's reconnecting in just a moment, so hopefully Boo Boo's internet doesn't provide too many more surprises during the rest of this game. Again, there is still plenty of time for Trident to kind of redeem their laning phase, so there is that. So I'm really struggling to find like filler conversations now because we've had so many pauses. But
the Tide Hunter Ravage is going to be key. I think the first one and the second one is really going to dictate whether Trident Esports have a chance to come back. Really waiting eagerly to see what this first Ravage lands. It's not easy. I mean, all the attention is going to be on him. Radiant knows that he's pretty much the only threat at this point. So they're going to make sure that, you know, they don't walk into a 5-man Ravage, or they'd hope so anyway.
Yeah, and you can certainly see that from the way that they've warded very aggressively. Of course, the pretty standard one behind the tier 1 tower on the bottom side, and a very nice one inside the Trident jungle. So they know roughly where the Tide Hunter is at basically all times. They probably know that he doesn't have a TP on him as well. So
yeah, he used it previously. Yeah, defense is very out a new one to him. He's actually got one coming now. He's got a headdress on the way as well and a clarity. So.
And a clarity, which is going to be very, very helpful for him to continue jungling.
Yeah, but I mean, he has arcane boots and soaring, so I don't think mana's that much of an issue. That top ward actually by Radiant is very, very important. It's good vision, and I don't think it will be dewarded. If they're going to deward a spot, they'll probably most likely place it on the cliff, the top cliff.
Or just where Leiden is essentially. Like they might go, oh, they might have a ward here, or they might ward.
Correct.
Yeah.
Gives quite a lot of vision, especially during daytime. It's behind all four. It's behind all 4 wards of Dire as well. So it's a good effort for them to get that one down without it being detected. It's a relatively new ward.
Alright, just G is apparently the call. Alright, they want to play without him. I mean, it's fair enough. They do have a Meepo player in Magister, so I'm not too sure if they... Yeah, alright, there we go. Even that one going to be done. Yeah, so...
That's a big loss. Undying's a very important hero here.
Yeah, although, again, they still will have his spells, and he does have Arcane Boots, so that's pretty much the only thing he really needs. Is there is going to be Chilling Touch being applied there. Riz is in a little bit of trouble right now. He's going to be cold fitted up. His Blink Forward by Leiden is going to be there, but again, Riz is just a very, very tanky twin-headed dragon. Boo Boo coming on in, does get the Nestle Saw Rift there, as that's going to be a lot of damage being thrown out, and Corny's actually just going to be turned around on Riz. Is going to eventually fall, but the TP out straight away from Leiden is going to save him. His bottom lane, that's going to be the tier 1 tower eventually being brought down. Wow, the micro is going to be there. Alright.
So the anti-mage actually hesitated initially. Took him a little while to... Yeah, it took him a little while to get in on that gank at top. I think he didn't really want to commit. But he eventually decided to go. If he went earlier, the Kunkka may have survived.
Yeah, that's right. But in any case, I mean, the Undying now being able to be microed around a little bit. I mean, I think that he just gets like a couple of levels here and there. They go for max Tombstone, and then just here we go, he's back again. As Dilbreath is going to be there out onto Leiden, and once again just forced all the way back. He's nearly got treads up as well, but yeah, he's having his supports give him tankos, and yeah, game is certainly hard, Leiden. The game is very hard.
And the AA of that last kill on the THT would have been very handy if the anti-mage could have got the last hit. Alas, at least they got the kill, I guess.
Is that him actually considering going Mana Void out into creeps? Just trolling. Yeah, but Woody Mo's made that rotation up the top lane. And, yeah, that's going to be a nice pass connecting out onto KQT, although the Ice Pass is out onto him. Ravage landing out onto there. The TP coming in from Corny. Boo Boo is going to turn around. They have killed off Riz and Boo Boo as well.
That is actually pretty huge.
Huge kill. And they give the Tombstone kill off to Leiden. And again, he didn't get a kill onto either Riz or Boo Boo, but it doesn't really matter too much. Cut and paste, still the constant threat on the bottom side of the map. I mean, that was a really good kill.
I'm sorry, I was just going to say, we were talking about waiting for the first Ravage. That was a very perfect timing.
Yeah, that's right. Turning it into a double kill there, and whilst it's a really good fact that they did get a really good Ravage there. Again, they lose the tier 1 tower on the bottom side of the map, and that mid lane is now going to be under threat as Riz makes the rotation on in. Dilbreath plus Desolator. That tower is disappearing, as is Corny, as Ice Plus is going to sail on through as well, but Corny going to get right click down and will die eventually. His Cold Feet won't proc, I think. Yeah, it won't proc out into Cut and Paste, but that's going to be the tier 1 tower going down, and straight into Roshan they go.
Mask of Madness up on Razor.
Yeah. Bit of an interesting one. Here we go, another pause. Alright, they're just gonna choose to resume. Oh, no, Trident actually going in that one. Alright. And DD is even outside the base as well. Magister will go pick that one up, make Roshan just that little bit faster. As KGT, he is in the neighborhood, but Ice Blast is up in a couple of seconds. But they're just going to quickly deward that one. And Magister getting the first Aegis, 14 minutes into the game. BRT's finally complete, so he didn't quite get too destroyed on the Tinker.
Yeah, not too bad.
I mean, we were pretty much on the money, the 15-minute BRTs,
yeah,
I want to say.
Thereabouts. Yeah, not a bad effort by him. He just had to fight the TA by himself. So, not a bad timing at all.
Yeah, that's right. And so we are getting closer and closer to that mechanism. In fact, speaking of, it is now up onto Woodimo, so very good timing for him to have that item up. He's got Ravage up in about 10 seconds or so. These wards that are still up for the side of CMC, they're going to be so crucial for them. And yeah, look at them just doing the classic jungle invade. And Maiden is just feeling so pressured. He's getting closer and closer to that predictor. He has stopped off the treads first up, which again, very crucial to keep himself alive a little bit more. But, oh, alright, I'm just going to miss that kill in the bottom lane. Magister just assassinates Corny. As top lane, that tier 2 tower is going to be brought down. And they don't have the TA with them. TA is actually in the bottom lane still. But I actually wouldn't even blame them if they just walked high ground. But looks like they've got other plans. They're just going to walk mid lane. As where's the Undying? He's following them there. Atos out onto Leiden. Is going to hold him down for a little bit there, but oh, the blink forward by Magister. Nicely done there. They kill off the anti-mage. That's going to be one of the split push threats to be removed from the game.
The anti-mage is going to have a really hard time now.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about the fact that they don't have too many stuns, but I guess if you have Atos, it gives you another way of dealing with this anti-mage, and that's going to be your mid-tier 2 tower being destroyed at 16 minutes into the game. And I think they're feeling pretty damn good right now. They're just going to walk high ground. There is Ravage available. It's level 2 as well. But
Aegis is up there.
Yeah, Aegis is up. They've got the X mark out there. Alright, up, can't get onto Woodimo. He needs the mechanism at least up, and he will actually commit the Ravage. It lands out onto 3. It's cut and paste very, very far forward. They've already dropped the tombstone as X mark out into cut and paste. It's going to be brought back into the base because rockets flying on through. Another torrent will land out onto him, but this tower is taking so much punishment right now. Desolator, Liquid Fire out onto it. It is going to fall, and it's going to be a 16.5-minute tower. They're going to back off. I would imagine Shrine up and then walk back on in. So.
Yeah, they definitely need to just heal up and get back in there.
Yep.
Ravage is down.
Stop by for a nice little ancient there, but yeah, they're going to take down the Shrine as well. And 17 minutes into the game, you're losing one of your shrines. You haven't even taken a tower. It's not a good sign. Has that even been a slither of damage? Oh, right. Bottom lane tower. Yeah. But Ice Blast there. Can't go to anyone there, but 10k net worth onto this TA, 9.5k net worth onto the Razor, and Riz is not too far behind with 6.5k net worth.
That mid fight, if the AA maybe clipped the Razor with the Ice Blast instead of TA, could have actually put him down. It would have been a good kill. Just missed though, unfortunately.
As all know, an Arcane Rotor up onto Cut and Paste. And Woody is also in the neighborhood. They do have vision of him right now, but they're gonna realize it is underneath the T2 tower. Don't want to have to deal with the potential of those rotations coming on in. As look at that, a mechanism purchased up at 18 minutes into the game onto Boo. He is still connected to the game, so there is that, but he can just drop Tombstone, and that's exactly what he does. X-Mark is out onto Riz. It's going to be him being collected by the boat, but it's 18 minutes into the game, and now you're going to be dealing with the fact that your mid lane is always pushing into your face with those super creeps.
Well, you have the Tinker to deal with that, but the anti-mage is just not farmed enough at this point.
Yeah, that's right.
He's Battle Fury now, 18 minutes, but it's going to be very hard for him to make it happen.
Yeah, that's right. Start of CM, some cosplayers, they're just going to work around just like clockwork, take down the second shrine, get a little bit of extra cash into their heroes, into their cores, into their supports as well, very crucial. Working on that 4-staff onto the Ogre Magi, again pointing out the fact that they've got this mechanism on Boo Boo, which seemingly came out of nowhere. But
yeah, just the structure's going down, the extra gold.
Yep, and Riz trying to find the anti-mage, won't find him, but yeah, that's finally the Battle Fury complete for Leiden. Actually not too bad considering the lane, 20-minute Battle Fury, oh sorry, 19-minute Battle Fury. Considering what, he's 0-2-4 and is now missing his mid lane of Rax. It's not too bad, you know, he's slowly recovering, but cut and paste, he wants to end this game right now. Picks up a point booster, going in for that Aghanim Scepter.
Aegis is down on TA here. He's gone for the silence to conservative BKB. Could potentially be punished by the Tide Hunter if he gets a really good ravage.
Yeah, that's right. But again, I'm not too sure if they're really going to be able to do that too much, as Lose Yourself as well as Leiden both in the same lane. Probably not too efficient to do that, but they're at least going to cut the wave and push it back in the mid lane. But now here, Ice Path out onto Woody Mo, but that's going to be the Tombstone being dropped. Atos out onto the Conquer right now, which Riz lays down the macro pyre. Oh, that's going to be Woody Mo taking a little bit too much damage. Just quickly back off that tier 1, the T3 tower. He's still being worked on.
TA's looking for a chance to go in.
Yeah, that's right, looking on the back lines. Could just blow up this Woody Mo Tide Hunter if he wants to.
He's pinging for it.
Stunned up, and there we go. He wants to throw a Ravage, but it's been silenced up. But okay, now it's going to be cut and paste running up after Lose Yourself as Corny will X-Mark cut and paste back, but that's going to be your T3 tower in the bottom lane going down. The second T3 tower to fall in 20 minutes. Ice Path will be laying down just to stop them getting too aggressive here. Woody Mo walking on forward. The Gush is going to be there to slow him down, but you're losing quite a lot of your base now. Well, the anti-mage has taken down the top tier 1 towers. So still flying on through, but melee Rex down on the bottom lane, and I would imagine that because Maiden Cosplayers, again, just like clockwork, walk up the top side of the map and just walk down top.
They may wait for Roshan this time.
Yeah, they may.
The Tide Hunter's actually going for 4-star. Not sure. Problem with Dai at the moment is the Tide Hunter needs to kind of engage, but at the same time, he's the only guy that can see at the front. So we're kind of stuck in that regard. I guess that's why he's going 4-star. He's just going to tank up, stay at the front.
Which is fair enough. He nearly got that Ravage off, but again, that Orchid actually coming really handy there from the TA, just being able to just throw it out onto the Tide Hunter. Of course, he doesn't have enough HP to really use that Kraken Shell very aggressively, almost, I want to say.
It worked out in that instance, so that he actually procced the Kraken. I thought he was dead.
He eventually did proc the Kraken, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe over time he'll, once you get a couple of more levels up or anything like that, he will take that Anchor Smash damage reduction at level 15, so maybe he's learnt from last game. But yeah, this game is certainly very, very hard.
Oh, I think this game,
side of Trident.
He's not going to have time to use the plus 40% XP game. Get whatever you use now.
As the joke goes, 40 times 9, 40 times 0 is still 0, right?
Definitely.
But wave is going to be constantly cleared out here by Lose Yourself. He's doing a very good job. He does have that Kaya up as well as the Blink Dagger, so he's very hard. Leiden, meanwhile, bottom lane, shoving out the bottom lane is going to be taking a lot. Doing a lot of damage now to that. His tower is Woody Mo is now going to be linked up. Tombstone is already dropped. They have the boat flying on through. We'll flip out onto the Razor now, but the Macropire is there to clear out the creep wave if it ever spawns, and also stop from this. Oh, that was the Ravage being faked out there by Woody Mo. He's going to be slowed up so much, and that's going to be T3 Tower half health. They get a nice little Ravage there under 3. Ice Blast isn't too large, so it only clips the Razor. Actually, no, it didn't even clip the Razor.
Yeah, it did.
Literally no one. Oh no, this is not the start you wanted. That's going to be Woody. Sorry, Lose Yourself being brought down, as well as Leiden, and so that's going to be the buyback being committed there. Leiden does have buyback and will be committing it right now, but he doesn't have any items to fight. He only has a Yasha Battle Fury. He does literally no damage as Leiden jumps on forward. Does get the nice little Mana Void out onto Mubu, but does no damage. As Obs, very aggressive positioning there from Corny, will be punished for that. They've lost their TA, but they've still got the Chiro. I guess he's not the highest of HP, but it doesn't really matter too much.
was so unlucky. I thought the AA blast actually hit the Razor. Then I clicked on the Razor and the effect wasn't there.
Yeah, I thought so too. I was like, oh, surely it hits on him and makes him die there, but oh, Roshan just spawned. What a perfect time for that. I mean, they've got the T up in 20 seconds. And as soon as Magisu's up, they just walk into Roshan and they just walk back top lane again, I think. Is that the play?
Definitely, yeah. Just take the Aegis, take the cheese, and move it to top. Razor has Ags and they have a THD. They're gonna have no problems taking down his mid. And Tide Hunter's Ravage is down for another 65 seconds.
Not only that, but they force the buybacks from both Leiden as well as Lose Yourself, so... did anyone else have to buy back there? No, no one else had to buy back, but losing your anti-mage as well as Tinker's buyback, it's really, really bad. Basically just hemorrhaging gold just to keep themselves in the game for a little bit longer. It's I don't want to say it's on the I don't want to say it's game over, but it certainly doesn't help.
It would be very hard for Dire to come back now. Very hard. The item progression on Radiant is really good. They have a pipe on THD, the Razor's got his Ags, and TA is actually going for the BKB now. Not going to finish the Bloodthorn, he's going to move into the BKB.
Which is fair enough.
I mean, that's the safe choice. I would have expected him to get that after Vdeso, would have been the safer choice. Maybe would have prevented that death he just had to spend during the top push.
It was actually a pretty expensive kill. I mean, 653 gold going the way of Lose Yourself, and that was also after Lose Yourself bought back, so...
Definitely.
Some of that was buyback gold's penalty. That's actually a really big thing to be fighting with. Is like whenever you get those kills, they're just not worth that much.
You look at Dire's heroes, yeah, he definitely needs that BKB up ASAP. It would probably be worth just waiting until he gets it before they push top, even with the Aegis. The BKB just adds so much.
He's just about got it actually.
Yep.
I mean, he's missing about 500 gold, so...
Yeah, after that rush, just take a couple of Ancients, maybe another camp, and then much has it.
Don't even need a TP.
No, don't won't. Unless I mean, even if the AM pushes another lane, he's just not farmed enough to cause that much damage at this point.
I think they're honestly okay with like having like no tier 3 tower or something on the bottom lane. I think they're actually okay with that. Because they just push so much faster. And look at the vision that they also have on the top side. They've got these two wards, one in lane, one on the, obviously on the mountain. It's covering so much, but I mean, Trident, they're trying to get some wards out, which are actually alright, but the vision.
They have that one in base is fairly useful. The high ground.
Yeah, it does.
That's all they're really going to need. They're not going to go for a gank. And Radiant team is probably going to push 5 into their base. I don't think they're really concerned about where Radiant's heroes are right now.
Slide. Sees the TP coming on in. Actually, it was faked out there, or was it Ubu being bashed or something? Well, anyway.
Sure. Razor also going for the BKB. I don't think they'll wait for that one though.
No, I don't think so. I mean, he's got shades up, so yeah, it's not the worst situation in the world. So even if he does get very close to dying, he's got the Aghanim Scepter up as well. So they've got a lot of tower taking potential.
Dire have to focus him somehow with the air blast. He's so tank though. It's so hard. Can't go for the TA because he has Aegis. It's either the THC or the Razor. Both are very hard to bring down. And pushing away at bottom.
Yeah, the tower is bloodlusted up as well, or was, so he does have a Cardi though, so he could having that work in his favor a little bit. He's going to be there as long as cut and paste. Ice Blast is also going to be there. That's actually going to finally clip out onto cut and paste, and he's going to be brought down. But Woody Mo taking a lot of damage. He's going to be stunned up once again. Riz is going to be doing a lot of damage to that Rax, but that's going to be Magister going absolutely ham. Gets the triple kill. That's going to be GG being called. 26 minutes into the game, and there we go. The Rampage for Magister. Waiting for it all game. And that's going to be CMC walking away with a nice little quick victory there, up against the Tinker Anti-Mage Split Push draft from Trident.